Well, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson says the state will not be bullied to drop its sanctuary status, and he's prepared for a legal fight with the White House. Attorney General Pam Bondi had given the governor a deadline of today to suggest how Washington would conform to federal immigration policy or face severe penalties. Chris Daniels, again with our sister station, was at the governor's press conference today and has more on the story.
Under the Capitol dome, Malou Chavez made a statement.
There's so much fear. People are choosing not to, go and work or go take their kids to school.
The executive director of the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project,
We are living in unprecedented times,
stood next to the governor supporting a potential fight.
I am not intimidated by Pam Bondi or the president. Nobody standing behind me is intimidated by Pam Bondi or the president.
Washington Governor Bob Ferguson formally responding to a threat from Attorney General Pam Bondi, who suggested in a letter last week that the state must comply with federal immigration policy or face civil and criminal penalties and a loss of hundreds of millions of dollars in federal funding.
This letter embarrasses and disgraces the office of the United States Attorney General.
Instead, Ferguson says he will protect the Keep Washington Working Act and sanctuary status.
Are you prepared to pay the bills and keep the lights on here in Washington State?
Yeah, thanks for that question, Chris. That's going to be difficult from a financial standpoint, but also we need to do that in a way, it's my feeling, and I think the folks here agree with me, that we also have to make sure we are, as a state, upholding our values as a state.
Is the city of Seattle prepared to absorb the loss of federal funding?
Every single week we examine that issue.
Seattle's mayor, who received a similar letter, also struck a similar tone.
How do you answer that argument that there is case law here that can support Pam Bondi if she perhaps wants to take this to court?
Yeah, but there's also case law under the 10th Amendment and how it applies to cities and states like ourselves that we feel we are on very solid footing.
the federal government cannot compel the local state governments to do their job.
The question now is how will Bondi and the Department of Justice view the response in Olympia?
Thanks, Chris. The federal government did use that threat of federal transportation funding cuts way back in 1987 to get states to comply with drinking age laws in a case that went to the Supreme Court. Ferguson did not want to talk about legal strategy today.